to grow your wealth while you're in Zambia. Join our live, beginner-friendly online classes. Participation fee only 750 kwacha per session. Investing in Zambian stocks every Friday morning from 09 hours to 12 hours. Learn how to buy and sell shares on the Lusaka Securities Exchange, Luce. Analyze companies and make smart investment decisions. Investing in government bonds every Saturday evening from 18 hours to 21 hours. Understand how to invest in government bonds, earn stable returns, and build long-term wealth. Each 3-hour session is packed with practical strategies, expert insights, and live Q&A to help you invest with confidence. Register and pay online at www.insightpartnersafrica.com. All is well, and had a very fantastic weekend full of workouts and exercise, trying to get fit.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so that we can continue looking young.
Way to go. Way to go.
Yeah.
Looking
especially as we enter retirement.
Exactly.
Yeah, we need to keep fit.
Looking younger, forever young, in fact. So today, in fact, that you just mentioned of retirement, which brings us to the topic of the day on this, great segment here on the Breakfast Show. 50 and worried about retirement? Oh my, what can you do now when it comes to issues of, you're uncertain. What will happen when you retire? You're 50 years, or you're approaching 50, almost 50, or maybe even almost 55. What should you do? What should people do, by the way? I know a lot of people are scared.
A lot of people are scared, Chilufya. When I go to my workshops, I normally find participants of different ages, but majority are actually above 40 years, going towards retirement. And when I'm talking about investing, buying bonds, buying shares, particularly shares, when I speak about shares, because I like to say when you're younger, shares are better for you because you've got time to ride the waves. People get worried. Those that are nearing 50, they get concerned. But Mukonki, does this mean these investing, strategies are not for us? Is it too late for me to start investing? And so this is why we would like to look at this topic today. Really, is this the right time for you to start investing if you're 50, and what strategies can you implement? So the first thing is you should not feel dismayed or too worried. You still have quite a number of years, at least on a minimum 10 years, others 20, and depending on how you've taken care of yourself, you've got quite a good number of years to ensure you start saving up to start living a better life after retirement.
In fact, I've seen others that are even below 50, but they managed to go on early retirement, and they're doing well. So it's about the mindset.
Yes, you could say it's a mindset, but it's also having a plan. So there are those that have learned how to invest and want to retire early. It's called FIRE. So it's financial independence, retire early. Those are fortunate. They started earlier in terms of making their investments and saving money. But that should not still deter us that are slightly older and did not have that information. And this is when we are learning about all these investing strategies that we can still start on our journey. It's not too late.
Ah, nice. All right. So there you have it there. 50, and yes, you're working hard, raising, families, supporting adult children, and yet deep down there's that, a voice, it's just telling you, you're not yet ready. Okay, you're not yet done enough to retire comfortably. Okay, so like Mukonki said, we need to make smart choices, right? Smart choices.
Smart choices. But what's important when you're at 50 years is really to not waste time. You need to make sure that every quarter you are earning as a job, it's making more money. That is what's important when you're at 50. You cannot lose any more time that you've already lost. I hope the people online are watching me. Can you please say something, a good morning to those that are online, because there was a slight break in transmission as we started. So anyone online, say good morning so that we know that you're following us. Yes, Chilufya.
Oh, yes, nice. Okay. All right. So letting go of guilt. Sometimes people actually, I've noticed, don't even talk about their fears because they feel ashamed. Let's get to that one as well. When it comes to making decisions at 50 or retirement.
I think what's the guilt is there because I haven't heard about this. Mukonki, this is when I'm hearing about this. Am I too late? And people try to guilt themselves into thinking maybe this is for my children. Mukonki, I think this lesson you need to teach my children. In the next class, I'm going to come with my children, my son, my daughter, so that you can start teaching them. For me, I think it's too late. I've actually got a colleague who said, you know what, Mukonki, this is too much for me. My son is doing it. He's the one that is doing it. But what's important to understand is that you need to be realistic and intentional with yourself. And intentional at 50 means that creating a clear plan and start actioning it. That is what intentional means at 50 years old. It simply means that you've got no time to waste. And as I said, every one of your quachas needs to do something to earn extra money. That is what it's about when you're 50. It's only that you've lost a little bit of time compared to the younger ones who are still in their 20s or 30s. They've got slightly more time to accumulate that money and allow it to compound. Unlike you, you've lost a little bit of money, or a little bit of time rather.
But it's never too late, right? At 50, it's never too late to save.
It's absolutely never too late, Chilufya. And that is why we are having this discussion this morning. Because let's look at this. If you're going to retire at 65, you've still got 15 years to accumulate, save money, invest, and allow it to compound. So you've still got 15 years. And as long as you're disciplined, that 15 years is going to do miracles for you, ensuring that by the time you're getting to 65, you're going to have accumulated enough money for you to live off after retirement. So that is what it's about. I think it's just realizing the agency.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
I think it's encouraging to somebody who's at 50 right now. The listener say, okay, it's not too late, you know.
It's never too late.
Oh, yeah.
And 50, when you're black, they say black don't crack, eh? When you're 50, you're still young, eh?
Oh, yeah.
You're still young. So
yeah, very true. Yeah, so there's I'm sure you can get 50 but paying school fees, right?
You're paying school fees, you're taking care of elderly children or children that haven't left your house perhaps. So what's important there is really to set boundaries, Chilufya. If you are still paying school fees, or particularly for children maybe that are in their 20s, that are at university, you need to set some boundaries and also focus a little bit on yourself, because you want to ensure that you are saving for your retirement. Yes, we want to be hopeful that our children are going to do the right thing and take care of us when we retire, but it's not guaranteed, particularly in this generation where it's each one for themselves and they say God for us, all right. So you need to ensure that you are securing your future, even where you're taking care of your children as well. So a little bit of the money should go for yourself, and then you also take care of your children. Remember, your children are still younger, they are still energetic, they'll still figure it out just as you did. So don't neglect yourself. I think when you are 50, start focusing on how you are going to live your life independent of your children, and hoping that you can save some money that can allow you to live that life.
Nice one. So yes, keep it wide. Yeah. So now, what advice do you have for them, those that are 50, and then for them to just feel like, okay, now we're doing the right thing here, we are headed towards the right direction?
So a few tips. The first one I would like to really communicate to those above 50 is be intentional, create a plan. And that plan might include a budget. So look at how much money you are making right now and how you're spending it. And if it requires you to reduce on your expenditure, or perhaps change your lifestyle slightly, you need to do that, downgrade, so to say. Maybe you are living in a big house that you can rent a part of so that you start earning extra income. Those are some options you can look at. So start with a clear plan. The second thing you need to do is create a clear savings plan as well. So you start setting aside money and start investing that money. You can invest in things such as government bonds. Government bonds are secured investments. You're not going to lose your money. You will earn a coupon income every 6 months. And if you do this very well, you can set it up in such a way that it becomes like a monthly salary for you. And all you need to do is ensure that you buy at least 6 government bonds consecutively. If you say you bought 15-year government bonds consecutively, that can help you live for 15 more years after retirement. So that could be maybe to 75 years. And if you've got some talent and skill, you can still continue working even after retirement. That will also earn you some income. You can be a consultant. I know a lot of elderly people, those that have retired, are actually consultants. You can be consulting in your retirement, and you can do quite a number of things. That is why it's also important to take care of your health as you are younger, because when you get to that retirement age, you can still utilize some of your skills with a little bit of energy that you have. So these are some of the strategies you can utilize, Chilufya.
Nice one.
Yes.
Nice one. Nice one. So I know we're running out of issues, but yeah, it's a very, very, educative platform right here, Mukonki. Any other opportunities for in terms of investment when it comes to age as well? I know they say age is not, it's just a number, right? But investments, of course, have got their own principles, right?
Yes, investments have got their own principles, but when you are when you are older, really you need to look at secured investments. When you are over 50, as I've mentioned, one secure investment is the GRZ bonds. You could also consider spending some of your money in investing in shares. Identify some companies that pay good dividends, because a dividend is a part payment of the profitability of a company. So that could also help you in terms of generating passive income when you're not able to work. So the shares would also be very useful for you. But as a person above 50, you need to ensure that the shares you're buying are safe investments as well. They're not too risky. That may require you to look at companies that are matured and that are, cash flow strong, meaning that the dividend is guaranteed rather than growth companies. So that's another way you can look at it. Otherwise, ultimately, Chilufya, really, when you're above 50, you should not feel discouraged. You need to be really clear, create a clear plan and start actioning it. And the plan entails two things. It's your savings plan and your investments plan, and start actioning that plan. And that will ensure that you can retire comfortably and really catch up to the rest of everybody else that started making these investments earlier than you. There is still time.
Nice. And people are following very closely on social media platforms there.
Yes.
Yes. In closing, Mukonki, any take-home message, to encourage our listeners who are actually nearing their 50s and very worried?
I think one important take-home message I would like to leave our listeners with is, health is very important. And when you are older, your medical expenses become very substantial. And so as you're still younger, you're still around 40, 50, you still need to take care of your health. Do regular exercise, because it's going to help you reduce on a very huge chunk of your expenses when you retire. So maintain your health. Remember, health is wealth. And a lot of people, billionaires, can do everything to just buy a little bit of your health. So that's very, very important. In as much as we want to build this wealth financially, we also need to take care of our health. So for me personally, I love to work out. I go jogging like almost every day. I take walks because I want to retire with energy. I want to still, be energetic and have a clear mind, so that even when I'm older, I can still remember
Oh yes.
a lot of things. So that's the message I would like to leave you with. I hope you can also keep fit, Chilufya.
I will always do that. We've got a team. We've got aerobics as NBC. We've got a football team, an ladies team as well. So we are on top of things.
Nice one. Nice.
You should join us on Fridays.
Fridays, what time?
I say 16 hours every Fridays in the
Where? Car park.
Yeah.
Okay. One Friday, I'll show up.
Yeah. Please, you should. All the best to you, and have a good one.
You too, Chilufya. Have a good morning, everybody.
Inside partners there, Mukonki. Okay, as usual, every week. Okay, she's the professional.